Hello everyone, this is a pre-recorded video, so this will be before I reach 400 subscribers. But still, it's going to be my 400 subscriber special. So I do hope, you all enjoy my content for in the future, and thank you all for joining me, and now, from the looks of it, this looks, Star Wars theme, you could say. Now, in this picture, he will not be getting that gun. I've already given him several different weapons, and a new character that will be coming in. This character would be female and is a Jedi. Now, before you think of it, it's not Ahsoka Tano. It's my own little character that I didn't make up. So yeah, now, Deku in the whole Republic would have been a Black Ops unit, a solo Black Ops unit to assassinate high-level targets, and yeah. Now, Deku would have been special. Why? Well, the Kaminoans want to do an experiment, and, not give them an inhibiting chip for their whole, it's Order 66. Now, but they train him vigorously and, made him a mind-controlled freak towards everyone else that is Republic, that is a higher-up person. What I mean by that is, say they're a higher rank than you, he'll treat them with respect. But if they're the same, ranked, he'll just be like a normal person. But if they're lower grade, he'll still treat them like a normal person. He's more or less just shows respect. He shows respect to everyone, but it's more respectful, and seeing they are higher up, so he has to show respect to his higher ups. Now, Deku would have been on a mission, and he would have, obviously done his target. But when he does get a, call from yours truly, Chancellor Palpatine, execute Order 66. Deku not wanting to kill the Jedi, because he has Jedi right in front of him, and him saying no. But obviously, Jedi, the whole Order, would have been a pre-recorded message, or like one of those messages that just goes across the entire, that was like pre-recorded for every single person that does have this. And yeah, with the, female as we all know as, or the female, not giving a name yet because she hasn't introduced herself, saying that once Order 66, Deku was saying it's a order that's given to us by the Chancellor, and only given by the Chancellor, to kill a Jedi, or maybe a Jedi Order. Her raising one of her lightsabers. Yes, her raising her, I'll just say she has a double-sided lightsaber. It's a blue, so yeah. And her saying, and is he going to kill her? Him throwing his, not phone away, but throwing his communications device away, saying no. Saying that, seeing the whole, Republic's probably gonna fall now. Because Deku's not, he's smart. He's big smart, not as smart as Nezu, but he knows the whole order of the process of, the Republic. But by this time, it's the Empire. But he doesn't know what it's called because, he just threw his communication device, so Now, Deku would have said no and threw it into the swamp, because she was taken to a swampy area, and yeah, her saying okay and lowering the lightsaber, turning it off, and putting on her belt. Now, I should explain what she looks like and what Deku's whole loadout is. And Deku's ship, seeing he is Black Ops. Now, Deku would have his, a DC-17M. Yeah, he has this blaster alongside this. Now, I do believe from the picture it does look like a Star Wars or a Destiny blaster. And I do think it is, but, don't we get mad in the comments. I'm sorry if you don't like me having a, different game blaster in Star Wars, but we don't even know how many blasters are in Star Wars, so who knows, we might get a Magnum gun soon. Whatever. Now, his ship would have been this. It's a, lightweight ship with one turret on it and a cloaking device. Basically, it goes invisible. How would it go invisible? It's kind of like his, plated technology on his ship does change color to become a black. So it is more difficult to see in space. Seeing black and, the entire space is basically black with little lights. Yeah, you have to be very small, have a good eye to figure it out. And yeah, now obviously, Deku would have offered her a spot on a ship. Her, well, being a Padawan that was taken captured, and well, yeah, before she can even say yes, she goes, ah, my head. Which would have been all those, well, everyone in the Jedi Order starting to die. And she would have, well, gone unconscious because of that. Yes, she's a Padawan, yes, but yeah. Well, if she does feel something so powerful in the Force, she's gonna go unconscious. That's, well, kind of obvious. Because it would overwhelm your mind, and, well, the mind is very, well, tricky. But Deck would have, before she did fall on the ground, pick her up, putting her on one of his bunks with her lightsaber right beside her in her arms. Cause if he does think that it would be best to at least make sure she does trust him more. Because right now she's iffy about him, and he can tell. Now, she hasn't explained her name, so I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, deal with it. I don't care. And well, Deku would have started to pilot the ship to an unknown planet that he does find that does, well, not in the grasp of the Empire and never will for, well, a couple hundred years. Now, this world would have been the, well, Earth, MHA. Now, how would he know? Oh, wow. Back in the, well, Clone Wars, there was I'll just say, Kaminoans wanted to experiment on different species and them finding a, well, planet, aka MHA, taking Deku as a kid, and, well, killing Inko. Now, I'm very sorry, Inko, but still has to be done. And Deku would have, well, grown up in the military and, well, having becoming a stormtrooper, a Black Ops stormtrooper, you could say. And actually being one of the highest ranking ones, but which kind of led to Empire being disappointed because he wanted that stormtrooper to be on his side, but yeah. But in his mind, he thought it was a 50-50 chance. Yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have, well, started the ship up and going off. Which, after about, I'll say, one full day's trip, or after, because it does take about, I'll say, a month to get to MHA universe, because it's quite far, and that ship doesn't have a, well, space drive. Why? Well, this ship needs to get a space drive, and, oh, don't worry, it will be getting a space drive, for plot, for some reason. Now, obviously, then that, well, one day, she would have woken up and say, with a big gasp, like, what happened? Deku, immediately hearing that, puts the ship on autopilot, going down a ladder, saying, you're out for a day. I'm guessing something with the Force happened. Her saying, yeah, I felt like 1,000 cries. Dying, and Deku saying, I guess that was Order 66. Her saying, what? Him saying, do you not remember? Then her recalling Order 66, saying, oh yeah. And him saying, sorry if I just took you up and brought you to my ship. Technically, right now we're in space and heading to a planet that, well, is my home planet. Without being confused, saying, wait, aren't you a stormtrooper? Wouldn't that technically be Mandalore? Him chuckling, saying, oh no. I was taken at a young age from my mother, and the Kaminoans did, well, keep that all secret. The only real people that didn't know were the higher ups in the Senate. And seeing I am going to, well, be a rogue stormtrooper now, I'm going to be targeted, and I need a spot to, or wait for everything to cool off. Saying that we should probably get a, well, space drive into my ship. Her saying, wait, didn't you? Him saying no. Well, saying no because, well, seeing I was Black Ops, I was just given a ship, and this was the ship given to me. And yeah. Her saying, oh, okay. And she does go looking around the ship, finding finding his suit, or finding his helmet, guns, and stuff. But I should make a whole, what she looks like. Now, with her going back and asking for his name, him saying it's Izuku Midoriya. Now, when he was taken away, he was about 5 years old, and for the past 15 years, he was trained and sent off to kill people. So for about 10 years, because he was trained for 5 years. And oh boy, that training was gruesome. He had to kill. Yeah, he still had to kill when he was. He had to kill someone when he was 5 years old. So yeah, this is one hearted motherfucker. Now she would introduce herself as Yang. Now, before you all comment, yes, I know that's Yang from Ruby, but whatever. Now him saying Yang, her saying yeah, and well, does say if he needs help. Him saying no, and they're on autopilot. But then they hear a big him looking out the window, or him looking through the window and seeing well, let's just say two other ships of, I'll just say two Y-wings. Because I really don't think TIE or X-wings are there at that point, seeing it's really been a day. And yeah. And, or, what are the ship? Not I-wings. Not the X-wings. TIE fighters, yeah, TIE fighters, sorry. They wouldn't have seen TIE fighters, they would have seen Y-wings. Because, well, TIE fighters are a little too new for them. Now, seeing the Y-wings, they are meant to all go kaboom. Which would have led him saying to go to the ship. Or go to the gun on top of the ship, and, well, they would have actually taken out the Y-wings, but taken some damage. Now, they're mandatory on getting a ship, or getting a space drive and repairing the ship as much as they can. Now, Deku was paid quite a bit, so he would have money. Now, well, when they would find a spot, Deku would talk to a, former person of his, that he does get his sometimes, which he did get his gear from. Or at least his gear that it's not standard for Republic Black Ops. Because this blaster is not a Republic blaster, obviously. So yeah. And he told her, Blake or not, Yang to stay on the ship. Her doing so, but, him telling her to go buy, you know what, he doesn't say that. Him saying he'll get some information, and she needs to buy a space drive. Her doing so, and will bring it towards the ship. And when Deku does get back, he sees it and does help her bring it in. With the passing week, them trying to put it in, and yeah, no. They would have done so. They would, in that also week, fix the ship, because that took like about 3 days to, it took a week so, but took, 4 days to put it in and make sure it doesn't blow up in their faces, or at least hope so. Seeing Deku has put in a space drive, but it was always janky sometimes, so yeah. And Blake, or Yang, does learn different things from her master. Now, who was her master? I want to try to think of someone. Yoda. Now, before you all comment in the chat, yes, I know, Count Dooku was the previous master of Dooku. Or was the previous, or Padawan of, Yoda. Now, Master Yoda would have gotten another Padawan, which would have been Yang. Now, Yang was still from Ruby, adventurous type, and, though she was always careful and because of Master Yoda. Now, she did get several things about Master Yoda, and she's also pretty wise, but, she's free-spirited, so, yeah. Because she won't just go ahead blazing in, she'll actually think of a strategy and try to at least, get there. Now, I should reveal, what she looks like. She would have looked like this, with the one scar coming off of her, on her face, and what would that have been? She has fought a Mandalorian once before, and, that was the scar. Now, yes, she's wearing black and looks like a Sith in this picture. Or, that's kind of like judgmental, so I'm very sorry. But, well, she likes to wear black and red because she's also a very, well, let's just say some Jedi aren't so passive, while she's, well, adventurous and not as passive. So yeah, which leads her to how she got her scar. And yeah, which Deku does ask her, saying she got drunk one time and fought against a Mandalorian. He brought out a lightsaber, he brought out a knife, and I brought out a lightsaber. Her saying my lightsaber did cut through the knife, but him saying it kind of broke off and scarred your face. Her saying, yeah, pretty much. Also, it doesn't look exactly like in this picture. It's more toned down, and yeah, kind of like Kakashi's well, scar. I'll just say it's like that on that side of her. Well, yeah. Now she would have asked if he does have a shower on the ship. He would have always said yes because, well, when you think about it, having a sweaty clone trooper come towards, well, a captain or a higher up, like Chancellor Palpatine, which he usually does, yeah, that would be very disrespectful. So obviously he would have a shower. Now, he would say, to make sure to not use all their hot water. Her saying sure, and she would go and shower. Her coming out of the shower and, well, looking down at her dirty clothing. With her putting on some pants that Deku does own, because Deku has his own formal attire out of his clone armor. Now she would have tried to clean her clothing, indeeding and not taking Deku's clothes off, but yeah, now, obviously, Deku, seeing his autopilot, him fixing up anything that his gear didn't need fixing. Because he was on that mission before, and he was too busy, well, fixing the ship, taking care of Yang that one day, and everything like that. Now, him also realizing he's low on ammo, him cursing himself, and, well, on the final day before they did go, he kind of got more ammo. And yeah. Also, sorry for the noises in the background. Also, I should say I don't own any of these pictures, and yeah, the old shebang. Now, Deku would have, well, come out and see her wearing his clothes. Him asking why she wearing his clothes. Her saying her clothes were dirty and they weren't as nice as his. Him saying flattering. Her saying, aw, you do care. Cause she's still Yang. I'm gonna make her like a personality kind of like Yang's, but also different. So she's kind of like the, well, Yang. Like, not per se liking, she does not like Yang. She's not like Yang. She's not like Yang with her old clothing aspect, being revealing, a little more revealing than, well, her father would like. But her whole personality is more like the flirting type, but kind of like Yang is. So yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have said, oh, if that's the case, then he doesn't mind. And yeah, they're not feeling any emotion to each other, more like friends at the moment. And obviously they would have gone off the ship and space. Deku proceeding to fly for a day and finally crossing his fingers, hoping he, well, doesn't ruin his ship. But I'll just say they go to hyperspace. They go through it, no problem, no red lights, no nothing, it's good. Now Deku was thankful he didn't die just from that, though him also realizing they do also have to leave hyperspace. But it will take them 2 days worth of getting there. So yeah. Of hyperspace, because it's quite far, a month away, so yeah. Now obviously, well, Deku would have, over those 2 days, spend more talking time with Yang, because it's really the only person he can't talk to. With them more or less getting to agreement of them being pretty good friends at the moment, and Yang talking more about herself, and, well, Master Yoda saying he was my master. Him saying, Master Yoda, I've heard rumors. Is it true that he once killed 10,000 robots in one battle? Her saying, no, that's just a rumor. But honestly, I wouldn't know. He doesn't like telling war stories. He's the passive type. Deku, obviously knowing the old Jedi, saying, that would make sense in how you guys are. Her saying, what do you mean? Him saying, well, your type is very passive and always looking for peace instead of fighting. Her saying, yeah. Yeah, I guess so, but I'm not that kind of person. Him saying, what do you mean? Her saying, I'm one of those adventurous types. Him saying, oh, bloody hell. Her saying, what? Why? Him saying, if that's the case, you're gonna get us killed. Her saying, what do you mean? Him saying, well, if we find a ruined something, you would just go in and probably die if there's, well, guards. But him saying, though, your Jedi abilities would keep you alive. And her saying, aw, you do, aw. See, you're not that bad. Him saying, whatever. And going off. Now, Deku would have gone back to his room, or gone back to his bunk, which would lead to her being that day on top of her own bunk, because Deku ain't no perfect. So yeah, he's on the bottom while she's on top. Actually, she just asked for it all to say so, because you have to get those respectful boyfriends in. Now I'm a guy, so whatever. So yeah, now obviously the 2 days would have passed, or that next day would have passed, and they would go, well, come out of hyperspace. Them being, well, right beside the atmosphere. Which, well, they get red light, and red light on all their thrusters. Except for their bottom one. Why? Well, going through that 2 day, kind of heated up or overheated the whole engines and, well, melted some of the parts when they did, well, re-entry. Now, yeah, though the bottom one wasn't used because they're kind of space, so yeah. Now, I should go to the now aspect of UA. And they do say, thinking it's a meteor, then realizing it's white, and them thinking it's, well, something else. And it does get faster, faster, and faster. Now, Deku in the ship would have been, oh shit. And her saying, what? Him saying, we're coming in hot. Get us, and do sit and take a seat. Her doing so, them both bucking up. Both putting seatbelts on, or like putting belts on, or seatbelts, or however they do have those belts in Star Wars. Now, Deku would have, wow, every single amount of fuel he has into that middle, or to the bottom jet he does go. Now, why would there be a middle jet? Well, this is an older fashion jet, or an older fashion ship. Yes, it does need to have that thruster, but it more or less boosts the ship up a little faster. Seeing that it is older, it does take a longer to start this system up, and yeah. Now, Nezu's like, is that a spaceship? I saw it thinking, oh, what the hell? I need more sleep. Oh, am I thinking, what's going on, Nezu? And yeah, now the news wouldn't be there because they're crashing into the forest, so yeah. Where they do hear a big bang, which would have been the whole ship crashing on the ground. Now, Deku would have been awake for the crash, but, well, Yang would have gone unconscious because she hit her back of her head pretty hard when they did crash. But Deku also got his hit in the head pretty bad. The only reason why he kind of survived and didn't go knocked out, he's wearing his helmet, which Tav looked like this. Now, I do understand this kind of looks like a Mandalorian outfit, but whatever. Now, obviously, the heroes immediately go out, because being the closest to it, they would have gone out. Now, immediately, also, they would say this is all a prank and just a meteor. Now, they would have been sorely mistaken, because Nezu thought it was a meteor. Him seeing wow, the bottom of their ship burnt to a crisp, their thruster basically poofing out smoke, because that's how much they used it. Yeah, they were going every single amount of fuel they could. And do hear a big, well, someone trying to open a door. The door being shut closed. But all my being the hero is thinking, oh, it's a civilian or some sort of person in there. Going to open the door. Deku, not knowing who it is, immediately puts a blaster up right in his face, saying, who is he? Him saying that he's safe now, don't worry. Deku repeating the question, who is he? Him saying, wait, do you not know? And realize it's a spaceship. And him saying, oh, you're from... And Nezu, being the whole, well, very smart person he is, just saying, hello, I'm Nezu. And him raising his blaster towards him with Layla, well, in the background, with her being, ow, and, well, starting to get awake. And seeing she was, well, pretty smart and, or at least trained well, she does, well, pass through the pain and gets her lightsaber, igniting it both sides and, well, gets in position saying, who are they? With Nezu looking at the lightsaber saying, what is that? Her saying it's none of his business and telling them what planet are they on. Him saying Earth. Deku sighing and saying, oh, thank God. And he would have taken his mask off. Now, Nezu would have been immediately shocked. Why? That kid was, well, let's just say, missing for a while. And there were, well, obviously, when they would look older and older every year. So, him saying, wait, are you Izuku Midoriya, the missing kid? Him saying, yes. Him saying, wait, where have you been? Him saying he was abducted. And him saying, oh. And yeah, him saying if he would like to come out of the ship. Or come out of the doorway. With her saying, are you sure they can be trusted? Him saying yes. And now, seeing he was abducted, he kind of forgot about all of All Might. Because they kind of drilled the past of him back out. Or taken it out a bit. So yeah, but he would already know the whole, well, majority of what heroes are, quirks, and all that. And he would have been quirkless. Which is why they took him. Yeah, a quirkless person, yeah. You know what that means in, well, MHA. And yeah, also, Bakugo would have known Deku, well, motivation, you could say, for him to be a hero. And he would always try to find Deku when he was older, when he was around 6, and always try to find where he was. No, not having luck, because Kaminoans hit their tracks pretty well, to be honest. Now, well, Deku would have gone out and does say that that is him and he was adopted, and Nezu asking for tea, with Yang saying, I would love to. And my partner, her saying, looking at him with a death stare, would also love to. Him realizing what she's trying to do and make, well, allies. Him saying, yeah, sure, why not? Him saying, splendid, please follow me. And Degu's saying, on the way back, saying what will happen to his ship. Him saying it would be taken to, or asking, saying that, does he own it? Him saying, yes. It is, because Deku has several ships. Him saying, then, well, it would be taken to the a certain spot on UA grounds, and, well, you will be able to fix the ship. Now, they are not leaving Earth. Why? Those thrusters were melted, and they are going to be able to fix it, though no going through space again. So, yeah. And, yeah. And Deku would have been not really saddened, though. Well, Yang was saddened because, well, she wanted to go help Jedi and make them come back. And, yeah, but she's more or less also about it because, well, she gets to explore a new world. So it's kind of like, I feel good, but I also feel bad. So, yeah. Now, well, Deku would have gone there and them seeing a very tall, a pretty Mario height lean man that looks like having several blasters and one even one, well, kind of on his back and the others, well, on his, obviously like a, well, sheep, or not sheep, what can I say, in its holder. Now they would have seen the, well, stick on Yang's, well, belt, and everyone being curious of who they are, because they don't look like a part Japanese. Now Ness would have always taken to their office, and Deku explained the rest of the whole story of what happened, and Ness looking down saying, I'm very sorry for your loss, Yang. Her saying, no, because Master Yoda is too stubborn to die, chuckling at that. Ness was saying, alright, I'll just take your word for it, but sorry for your whole culture. Her saying, it's fine, but I do believe that we might become again, and yeah. Him saying, what do you mean? Her saying that the Force never dies, it's a living thing, it comes through, well, giving the whole Force explanation. That will give you all a rundown. It's everything, everyone, every single little molecule in the world. And as you're thinking, oh, that's very cool, that's very unique and cool. Her saying thank you, and saying that there are select few people that are able to use it. They're Jedi, but also saying, but they're also evil people that use it in a different way. The dark side way. And I'm saying, so kind of like how villains are evil, Deku remarking and saying, yeah, pretty much, they use the evil side of that force. And her saying, yes, but there's also another version of it. It's called the gray side, or the middle. Now, if you don't know, in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan would have been taken to a certain area. That area being, well, in the between area, where the light and the dark would have, well, been there, where balance was. Now, if you know the whole story, everyone would have died, or at least almost. Yeah, Ahsoka would have gotten the light spirit into her body. And yeah, now, well, Ahsoka would have gone to, well, meeting Ezra and Bridger and all. The whole story of Rebels would have gone, because I was going to think of Star Wars, but yeah, I realized that she needs to go to do all that stuff. So, yeah. Now, obviously, Deku would have, well, what might you think? Gone to, well, given a doorman does say that he can live there for the moment. Deku obliging, and they do ask Yang if her just saying, just put me in the same room, just 2 beds. Well, always saying okay, and yeah. Now, May Osmond would have seen the big ship coming in, and her thinking, oh, what the hell did they bring in now? Because, well, Sentos does have a thing of bringing in good things. Her thing, what's that? Him saying that some people from outer space came, and her saying, outer space? Wait, does that mean they have high tech? And immediately rushing out to see them. And him saying, oh shit, and says, don't go after them. And her saying, nope, I'm going to see them. I want to ask them questions. And she would have gone to, and she would never find them. Why? Well, Mr. Press would have said leave. Them asking why. Him saying of the old May situation. Them saying, oh shit, we don't want to talk to her. She's with, well, Yang thinking she's a psychopath tech guy. Or a psychopath tech girl. Now, this is no insult to any House May fans, but really think about it. Yeah, she's kind of a, well, you've seen some of the comic dubs. Yeah, she does tech so much. Yeah. And yeah, now obviously they would have left and gone out. Then obviously Baku would have seen a green, and well, Deku would have seen Baku and him going over to, or I should say, Baku saying, does he know him? You look familiar. Deku saying, it's good to see you again, Kanchan. Yang being, well, sitting down, because Deku would have, well, been grabbing them drinks, so, yeah, him saying, wait, Deku? Izuku? Him saying, yeah, a long time no see. Him asking, where has he been so long? And proceeding to hug him. Or giving him a, well, no, giving him a questioning look, saying, where was he? Deku saying, space. Him saying, what? Him saying, I was kind of abducted, and my mother was killed, and him saying, so you were abducted to become a military soldier. Him saying, yeah, pretty much. And him asking to sit down. Now, well, I would say when it's taking place, when they did crash, I would say the whole MHA and, well, I would say the whole, well, heroes versus villains did happen. But the whole UHA didn't happen, and, well, Nezu did offer, and Deku saying he'll thinking about it to join UA. And even Yang's, well, wanting to do some good, so, yeah. Now, Ochako would have gone to, well, Baku and saying, who are they? Which would have been Bakugo sitting down right beside, or sitting across from Yang and Deku. Him saying, an old friend, did you ever hear about the kid that did, well, that was, you could say, abducted from the past? Or saying, wait, isn't that Zuku? Yeah, it was, his name was like Zuku? Something? What was that last name? Him saying it was Zuku Midoriya. He was a friend of mine, and, oh, I found him. Him saying, wait, where? Him saying, hello. Her saying, wait, what? And Deku said he was kind of abducted, and brought into space. Her thinking, I don't believe you. Him bringing out a blaster, and him saying, what's that? Him saying, laser gun. Her saying, a what? Blaster. Yang would say, oh. Him saying, I literally made it so easy for her to understand, and you just said blaster, the actual name of it, and she understood. Her saying, what? Yang, oh, what is it? Rucka chuckling that, saying, oh, whatever. And we'll just go back to everyone else that was there. And I would say it's Momo and some of the girls and some of the boys. Them looking at Deku, and yeah. Shoto looking at him, not full, curious, kind of curious, wondering, well, he was taken and brought to space and wondering what space is like. Yeah, sorry, Todoroki, you're never gonna find out. Sorry. Now, yeah, now, obviously, I don't know where to go after this. Oh, I have an idea. Now, they would have, well, Bucko would have obviously left, and, well, they were all, with everyone leaving from the whole Class 1A. Now, I would say this is a college, so, the dorms would have been put in place because, well, let's say we're college. So they would have gone back and see a new dorm, thinking it's, well, Baku seeing the name and saying it's Izuku Midoriya. Him face popping, saying that. So he was here for about, what? He said he was here for about a week now, and he was right here. Literally, was right beside his apartment. Which Ochako coming out of that apartment, which would have been Bakugo, saying it's fine. Now in this, Ochako and Bakugo would have been dating. How were they dating? Well, seeing Izuku wasn't there, and, well, Bakugo was kind of saying the same school of Ochako. Yeah, they kind of started dating. So Ochako and Bakugo would have been more powerful because they would have sparred together. Actually, so yeah, no, Ochako's quirk is not as powerful. It is, well, more powerful. It's just, well, she can do more karate. Bakugo also learned karate because of his girlfriend, so he is also doing a fighting style, and actually learning different things he can do with his quirk. He could actually kind of use his explosions in his feet. So yeah. Now, before you all go in questioning, wait, why can Bakugo do this? I'm giving it to him. No, he does have to, those single explosions still, but still. Yeah, but still, he can do it. So, he can kind of like fly if he really wants to, but in a weird way. Because after he explodes, he can just needs to, adjust himself and explode again, which it will be difficult to readjust more and more after every time. But I know he would get the hang of it because, well, he's Baku. His stubborn ass would have done anything. Now, well, obviously, Deku would have come back to UA at some point, and he would have told Nezu he does accept, with Yang doing the same. Nezu would have been okay and given them some uniforms about 2 minutes later. And yeah. Now, well, they would have gone in that day, which would have been interesting to say the least. This is not the whole USJ, that's one more week. So, but I will skip a couple days to get through it a little faster, but I'll explain this first day. With Yang saying her power and not say quirk, them being curious and saying, what, don't you have a quirk? Her saying no, she actually uses a thing that's called the Force. And it's a thing that connects all living beings, and, well, giving the whole explanation. Deku saying he's quirkless. And yeah. And just say that, well, his past with Bakugo slightly, and yeah. Everyone looking at Bakugo and just being curious of how do they know? Because Deku gave a short summary of things to know them. How he knew Bakugo. And yeah, now, obviously, sorry for me moving my phone around, and yeah, the whole day would have gone by, and honestly, I saw it saying that, I'm going to add this in, saying that they're going to do a little physical test, or a combat test. Now, this would have been not the, well, heroes versus villains, it's just sparring. And Yang and Deku versus Ochako and Bakugo. Now, girl versus girl and boy versus boy. Team battle. And then whoever wins those rounds kind of more or less 1v1s each other. And if it does, well, if one side both wins both rounds, well, it's one full win on them. Now, obviously, you know what, I'll say it's boy versus girl. So but I don't know what to do on this. I don't want to make them both fight. Yang and fine, I'll make them fight. So obviously Yang and Deku would have won their battles and won to fight themselves. I can't speak. I'm very sorry. Would have gone to fight each other, and they would do so. With Yang, obviously always having her lightsaber on her, and Deku always having a blaster on him. Them both bring out blasters and lightsaber. Aizawa saying you're not allowed to have, and proceeding to shoot. Aizawa saying, oh shit, she's gonna get hurt. But deflects it. And it would have been like that for a while. Deku going in and, well, dodging one of her lightsaber attacks. Disarming her and throwing disarming her lightsaber. And, well, you can obviously tell. She's on, her getting to a stance and, well, going towards Deku. And them fighting in a more or less fisticuffs. Well, Deku's trying to shoot at her, her dodging. And yeah, her more or less jumping and kicking his face in. Him going back is a good one. And, well, it's a scrimmage. Them both coming out of it, tying. And they were the last fight, so everyone's like, popcorn. Yeah. Now, yeah. Now, well, Aizawa realizing how, well, bloody badass they were, like, favorite material. And yeah, though, not yet. Now, I would, but, whatever. Deku would have gone throughout the days of him with, Yang starting to get feelings for him. Now, seeing Yang was the more adventurous type and not following the Jedi code. Yeah, she has had one relationship before, but it was hush-hush and Yoda didn't even know about that. But after a whole fiasco of her leaving him because he cheated, yeah, because you can never make the girl, because, yeah, whatever. And whatever. I'll just continue. And yeah, but Yang would have kept quiet about it. And I do believe that's a good spot to leave it off. Now, sorry for me if I were ever stuttering or making any, well, not making sense. I'm very sorry for my 400 special.